respect.
Thought if I came and looked at this, I might find my way back, you know?
Produced by
Stonewell.
I remember my first encounter with hash, 4 or 5 puff, and I was melt. And I was
Renaissance systems play. 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 Renaissance systems play.
All right, chat, we are back. We are back. I'm feeling a lot of energy today. Feeling exactly. I'm never late. I'm always here exactly the moment I was supposed to be here, chat. Little MacBook, I don't inhale, man. I still get rage baited by that. Not by you, little MacBook, but like, motherfuckers will still see that. They'll see you exhale a bunch of smoke or vapor that couldn't possibly fit in your mouth and be like, didn't inhale. And it still rage baits me. I gotta admit, like, I don't pay attention to it now, or I'm like, oh, maybe you're a 15-year-old and you just like, not you, MacBook. I know you're actually trying to rage bait 0 out of 10. But that shit still gets me, man. I shouldn't say that because you guys will just keep doing it more. But I assume one of two things now. Either you know me and you're just trying to rage bait as somebody who is a friend or thinks it's funny, or you're fucking 15 years old. It's one of the two. It's just got to be one of the two. Yes, Tiny Desk Cat. Shout out to Baklava, man. You already know I'm an Action Bronson fan. I paid for this shit. I paid for this long before we even had the idea to feature him in a video. All right, man. I got some stuff to cover here. I want to get high. Let's see. Few things to jump into. And I want to do everything within a few minutes. So, okay. So, 1, new seasonals. Haha. We put this one, man. This goat thing fits with a lot, bro. Shit looks really good. I'm definitely going to use this today. We have the Canyon. Okay, the Canyon color with this beautiful Matt Robertson glass top that I have on here. Canyon is beautiful. People are really loving it. People are also loving the Pine, available now. And they are liking the Pine Pivot, all available now on Puff, on the place where we do commerce on the internet. You can find them. You can find them. You got to think, right? What's Roger the CEO of? It's crazy to me. Chat, is anyone in here who does not know that I am the CEO of Puffco? Anyone? Because it shocked me. I think now everyone knows, but like at the beginning of this year, people were like, you're the CEO of Puffco? Why? I was just watching you because you would talk about terps. What person in their right mind is setting up a hash cam and all of a sudden has a 4-person team to stream that isn't a fucking CEO? Soy Cubano got kicked down to my lady. I don't have some today. I try to bring some new terps. Let's move on. Jared Shaw, please donate if you can. We are working diligently in the background to try to help Dante, who is on the front lines right now trying to free Jared Shaw, doing our best to prevent him from seeing the death penalty, but working even harder to make sure that he can be released in a timely fashion. We're doing our best. Please amplify the messages. Shout out to Baj out of Texas. Large Baj, the fucking goat. He made a post about this. Please go and check that out. If you don't feel like speaking about it, if you don't feel like commenting on the internet about it, if you can't donate or you don't have the funds, please repost my video. Please repost Baj's video. Awareness will help. Even if there's nothing we can do, the more people know that somebody is facing the death penalty for cannabis in 2025, the more people will feel a need to prevent anyone else from going through that in the future. So every bit of awareness we create around this is absolutely worth it. Can we get a live stream of Hashi Hour one Thursday? Maybe not this Thursday, but maybe another one. I mean, the team would probably just post up and show you. Just going to see our staff smoking, eating, playing a bunch of games and stuff. But I'm down. All right. This is something that I didn't really want to super touch on now. I'm going to save this for later in stream chat, but with unfortunately the shit show that is our government, and even though I'm glad that SNAP benefits are coming back and everybody's getting what they need, unfortunately in these handful of Democrats completely caving and making people suffer for a month, there is also language in this bill that can potentially put hemp to a stop completely, which would destroy this country's ability to operate and provide safe access to people. We would overnight see something that hasn't been criminalized in a very long time become criminalized, and people going to jail in mass for this. So it's really scary. I'm not fully caught up in this enough to speak on it, but I am probably later on in the stream. Let's kick this an hour down the road. Gonna look at Dr. Riley's video. And I can give you like some feedback for now. At least the notes that I have is, if enacted and signed into law, the hemp provision would mean hundreds of now legal THC products, most commonly sold as Delta 8 or Delta 9, would no longer be legal to sell in all these markets. It is currently federally legal to sell hemp-derived THC products as long as they contain no more than 0.3% THC by dry weight. The new language in the legislation imposes a total THC limit of 0.4 milligrams and would effectively ban those products for personal or household use. So like, this is really scary. We'll jump into Dr. Riley's video later. I got a little bit of a schedule today, so I'm going to jump into it. Wody loves seeing me. You know the dab's coming when I'm spitting this in. We always do Black Friday deals, but Black Friday deals never apply to new products. What's an example of a new product? Pine, Canyon, the Peaks, the Pine Pivot, the new Proxy. Those things just came out, so you're not really going to see a discount on them. Maybe we'll run something, or maybe if you buy it, you get something for free. But it's really a great chance to get the most affordable price ever for our mainstay products. So definitely tune in. Yeah, all this is just to keep alcoholism and opiate use high. Yeah, there's that, right? There's also, like, if you really think about cannabis, I wonder, I don't have this data, but I wonder, what is the biggest driver of putting people into the prison system? What is it? What has it historically been for the past, I don't know, 20, 30 years? I would bet it's drugs. And I would bet under drugs, cannabis is a large part of it. Now, there's a documentary I recommend all of you guys watch. I admittedly haven't watched this, even though I know what it is referencing. It is referencing, guys, I'm going to get conspiratorial here, even though this is not really a conspiracy. The 13th Amendment abolishes slavery. Except if you are being imprisoned for a crime. If you are being imprisoned for a crime, slavery is still 100% legal. But damn, this is a country of good people. So what the fuck are we going to do if this country demands to run off of slavery, but there aren't enough slaves? Think about that. Think about that. Think about criminalizing immigration, right? You show up to court and you're going into the courtroom. You're there following the process. You are there applying for a stay. And while you're at the court, you get picked up, thrown into a fucking prison. Well, that's an easy way to fill bodies, right? All you got to just do is make people following a legal process illegal. Another easier thing to do is cannabis. If cannabis is illegal, it's going to be easier to fill up prisons. And the easier it is to fill up prisons, the easier it is to keep the slave economy going in the United States. And so for some reason you're sitting here and you're like, brother, I don't give a fuck. I got a picture of a fish in my bio. My life is good. I can smoke weed. Who gives a shit? Well, the second you can't, you might be cattle. They might just see you as a piece of meat they can make money off of as long as they can throw you in a fucking cage. And so, like, I want you guys to really think when you see these cannabis laws coming out. Cannabis, as far as I know, is 70% popular with Americans. If you asked 100 Americans, 70% of them would say they approve of cannabis being legal. They would say that, whether they consume it or not, right? Not 70% of Americans consume, but 70% of Americans are okay with cannabis. 70% of Americans can't agree on the president. They can't agree on healthcare. They can't agree on food benefits. They can't agree on a lot of things. 70% of Americans, we're a big, diverse country. It's hard for us to agree on major issues, but one thing we all agree on is that cannabis should not be illegal. So who really benefits from this? And I see somebody in the comments saying private prisons is a war crime. Well, that war crime industry is literally who benefits. They get people coming in that are paying, I don't know, $5, $10, $15, $20 to call their family, and they're making 15 cents an hour. So if they just want to call their family and say how they're doing, they have to work effectively for days on ends to do this. Only 40% of Republicans, but that number was 53%, I believe, just a year ago. 53% of Republicans believed in cannabis. And so what's changed? What's changed is that there's this organization, SAM, and SAM is working hard to reverse cannabis. Even right now, there is a ballot. This is actually the call that I was late to be here. I was late here because of the call I was just taking on this issue. And that is, in the state of Massachusetts, they're trying to repeal recreational cannabis. All those dispensaries, all those things, they're trying to take that away. Who does that benefit? Because I'll tell you one thing that's not going to stop happening in Massachusetts. People are not going to stop consuming cannabis. Maybe some will, like the real law abiders will. But if you're a cannabis user, you have used cannabis outside of the law, whether it allowed it or not, for a very long time. And so, like, what's going to happen there is you're going to see more crime, because now people who are willing to, enact violence to commit crime are going to get into this game. You're going to see more underage usage, because the easiest way to stop teenagers from using is create access that teenagers can't access. And they can't get to a dispensary right now. So who does it really benefit? And if you think about that, there's only a couple places to point to. There's only the private prison system, and there is maybe the alcohol industry, maybe the pharmaceutical industry. I would assume that they have some interest in slowing the adoption of cannabis. In states where cannabis usage has increased, alcohol usage has decreased. In states where cannabis use has increased, opiate usage has decreased. So I see there at least some motivation for them, but why wouldn't they just get into the cannabis space? Like, that seems easy for a pharmaceutical or alcohol company to do. Diageo is buying a company for $1 billion like every year. Don't quote me on that. That's probably totally wrong. But they've bought many companies in the high 9 figures, and they buy them regularly. So it's not like they just couldn't come in and be like, yeah, we're in the fucking game now. Let's make these laws better. For me, it feels like what this is trying to uphold this country's tradition of imprisoning innocent people and using their bodies for labor. That's what I think is happening here. And it isn't exactly conspiratorial. It is what is happening today. The intent is the conspiracy that I'm putting out there. I believe this is intentional from them. Whether it's intentional or not, it is the system we live in. The more cannabis is illegal, the more money private prisons make. That's a fact. So, like, this is something that we all have to take very seriously. I don't care where you're from, all right? I don't care if, again, when the Jared Shaw thing, I posted it, it was like picture after, these got to be bots, I'm assuming at this point, but it's hard to tell. Picture after picture of a dude holding a fish being like, should have followed the law. Well, what are we going to do when they change the law on us and make something that we do that harms nobody illegal? Well, we're either going to be really fucking depressed now, or we're going to become slaves if we get caught. Those are our options. And I think today a lot of people forgot that many people went to jail, many people died in this fight for cannabis to be accessible to some of us today. And they're trying to change some of us to less of us. So just think, man. Think. I'll be speaking more in the future. I'll definitely talk more about this hemp bill. I'll definitely talk more about Massachusetts. I might pop up in Massachusetts because I want to go on a big fundraising run of meeting with local people to make sure that we can actually fight this organization. Because if you think about it, private prisons, potentially, I don't know if this is happening, but private prisons, the alcohol industry, the pharmaceutical industry, those three coming together to have a group go and focus on recriminalizing cannabis, those are big fucking wallets, and we don't have those. And that means that we have to band together as an industry and pull our money together to help where we can help. But it also means for those of us that don't have money, we have a voice and we still have power. That means that if enough of us believe in pushing for the change that we want to see, we will create that change. So I'm going to be focusing more on that in the future. Big Tobacco too, but Big Tobacco, I hear in the background, none of these things are confirmed. They're in the game, man. They're in the game. Like, they're in some places in the game where they bought stuff. There are some public things like the company Swisher Sweets. That's sort of Big Tobacco. It's not big Tobacco. It's privately owned, but it's medium tobacco, and they're in the space. And I hear whisperings of Big Tobacco actually trying to get it. I'm not going to say what because it's hearsay, and then some things I shouldn't know because they're under NDA in other areas. Not with me, but like people tell me that, assuming that I'll never say a word, and they're right. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But they're in the game, man. I see Big Tobacco. Like, if you even think about Big Tobacco in general, they are pretty aligned with cannabis. They are managing different farms across the world. They're packaging what's made in those farms, and they're selling it in different markets across the world. That's very close to cannabis. Like, they're way closer to cannabis than probably alcohol is, right? And like, if anything, them getting closer to cannabis now means that they're not just making money off of nicotine anymore. Now they're making money off of like an intoxicating substance, which can compete with alcohol. So listen, maybe they're just like, fuck it, who cares? If we lose, we win. And if we win, who cares? Like, but I don't know if it's Big Tobacco, man. I feel like at its core is just a bunch of evil people who want slaves and are mad they can't have them. That's what I believe is. Yo, let me take a fucking ripper, chat. I haven't smoked yet today, and I'll tell you what, I am energized today, man. I've been thinking all day, like, I need to smoke. I need to go back to my 5 p.m. vibe, because I am charged up today, bro. Let me show you what this looks like, chat. Chat, this is the Sour Diesel from Influence Solventless. This is currently my top 3 Sour Diesel jars in the country. I fucking love it. This might be my last jar. I'm pretty pissed. Somebody tell Influence Solventless. I was supposed to see, bro, right after PuffCon. I'm like, save me 8 jars, man. I need this. And we just didn't connect. I didn't follow up. So, like, I'm kind of beat now.
What is your definition of happiness?
But it's super good. Hell yeah, Joni. Heat up that slurper. Big rips.
Only things that are created.
Yeah, yam. What's a yam? Is that what you guys are calling a gram now? That's pretty fire, calling a gram a yam. I kind of fuck with that. It like desexualizes the term yam. I kind of like it, you know? It's like you show up to your homie, they got the terp chest back. Let me see them yams, bro. I kind of fuck with it. Hey, it ain't. It's like that. What is it? The Indiana logo? Whoo, damn. Yeah, that's what I need. It's almost time for a break, a quick break. Whew. Damn. Wow, that one really got me. I went into that way too hard. I was not expecting that. Damn, that one got me. That one really, really, really got me. Man. Whew, you know what, chat? I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. My that one fucked me up, and I want to like regain my ability to speak first. So I will be right back.
GMO?
It's eucalyptus.
She knows.
It's GMO.
I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go.
This is like an iPhone. Skynet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that stinky shit.
I got lemons, cherries, and
Funky cheese? Little weird cheese.
yeah, I got that too.
Let's take another dab.
Yeah, fuck it.
Where did you get this technology? In fucking Mars? I feel like this is like a little swan laying back after its neck is just dumped in the water. A little shake off. Swan neck, swan feather and ass. I'm into like smoking the best possible hash on earth at that moment. That looks like straight up butter. What the hell? That's that tuna fish bone marrow. I usually don't even smoke it unless I press it myself, to be honest with you. Pulsating. It's the rhythm of your heart, like Gloria Estefan. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Dry gives it a phenomenal flavor. Tasting is that diesel, it's that smoke that comes out of the fucking, you know? You have a water one? Let me see the water. A little mushroom into Excalibur. Can you fill that shit up with orange juice? I like the sleek look. It's giving Oregon for sure. I like that. Sigourney Weaver. But where do you hold that? You have a holster around the neck? This product is like, it's a whole new vibe. It's been reimagined and recasted. It's a marvel in modern technology. That's it. Enjoy it. Enjoy life.
My first encounter with hash, 4 or 5 puff. Dude, it's a lot. I'm not done, bro. I'm saying, it's a lot. Minute 20, bro, you say?
Okay, turn your head left. Yeah, there you go. And then the other way.
Dude, that first cross stroke hit me so hard I forgot to do what I said I was gonna do. Bro!
I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go. I know I should sleep, but the voices in my head go.
Where did you get this technology? In fucking Mars? I feel like this is like a little swan laying back after its neck is just dumped in the water. A little shake off. Swan neck, swan feather and ass. And I'm into like smoking the best possible hash on earth at that moment. That looks like straight up butter. What the hell? That's that tuna fish bone marrow. I usually don't even smoke it unless I press it myself, to be honest with you. Pulsating. It's the rhythm of your heart, like Gloria Estefan. It's exactly what I'm looking for. Dry gives it a phenomenal flavor. Taste is that diesel. It's that smoke that comes out of the fucking, you know? You have a water one? Let me see the water. A little mushroom into Excalibur. Can you fill that shit up with the orange juice? I like the sleek look. It's giving Oregon for sure. I like that. Sigourney Weaver. But where do you hold that? You have a holster around the neck? This product is like, it's a whole new vibe. It's been reimagined and recasted. It's a marvel in modern technology. That's it. Enjoy it. Enjoy life.
Yeah, man, yeah, that stinky shit.
I got lemons, cherries, and
Funky cheese? Little weird cheese.
All right, chat. Sorry, you had a quick little break, you know. Shout out to Nathaniel POV, or is it POV Nathaniel? Can we drop his Instagram and YouTube, Instagram and TikTok link in the bio? Bro, funniest thing, chat. Sorry, don't mind me RFKing myself real quick. Please tell my JFK. Let me not say it. Anyways, like I said, I'm spicy today, man. Yeah, that was fucking amazing. POV Nathaniel, I think, is his Nathaniel POV, man. I follow this page. What's funny is I've just been following bro because if you go to his page, he shows up in like random parking lots or under a bridge. He did a show in New York that I was like so jealous to not be at. He was just like outside under a bridge in a place that had crazy, I don't know what they call it, like sound something. And bro is really sick with it. Throw his TikTok too if you can, man. I'm pretty sure he's nice and big. Nice and big. Pause. Whoa. I read a comment and then he's nice and big on the TikTok. Whoa. Pause. Sorry, chat. Sorry. He is nice. He's nice with it. And he's big on TikTok. Probably what I meant, but you know, listen, you know how it goes. Acoustics. Thank you. That's what she said. Chat's gonna be running with that for the next 60 seconds. I'm gonna be dealing with that one. Nah, bro is dope. And he has a show coming up. There, coming on all the comments. He's got a show coming up. I might pop out at. God, I'm losing my ability to speak. Yeah, Nathaniel POV, check it out. I don't want to say which exact show it's gonna be because my God, I would just want to go and see it and enjoy myself. But I'm probably gonna pop up there, man. It's coming soon, and bro is just nice. Bro is nice. I always been zesty, bro. I'm a proud zesty boy. I'm a proud Zesty boy, man. But you know, you guys don't even know about the Zest bar of soap back in the day. You're too young for that. You're too young for that. How is the sour diesel that I just dabbed from Influence Solventless? Fucking amazing. Fucking amazing. It was nice and big. What, that yam? That yam was next. Listen. Listen, listen. Big Mike knows the vibe. We're proud Zesty boys. We're proud Zesty boys. We're proud yam lovers out here. Wody is going through multiple yams a day, bro. It's just like shit. Some days it'd be like that zest, bro. Wake you right up. That was like before Irish Spring, I feel like. All right, let me go on something next. All right, chat. I got gifted. I forgot I even got this jar, chat. I totally forgot I got this jar. This was in the middle of PuffCon. I am seeing the GOAT. You know, I don't know if it's out there who the owner of Tenko is, so I don't want to say his name because it might not be a known name. But I see, bro, he's at PuffCon. Dab him up. He hands me this, chat. This is probably the most controversial jar I've ever had on my page. We love deleting it. What? I missed that. It's probably the most controversial jar on my page because at one point when Tenko did its first Zushi rosin jar, everybody went crazy. So crazy that a jar that probably started at, let's say, $250 for a 2-gram jar, something like that. Somebody went and sold that for $500. Somebody went and sold that jar for $1,000. And that's kind of how we got to this $1,000 jar. They never sold it for $1,000, but neither did Cash Tree Mason. That's what people sell it for that have access to it, that are selling to people who don't have access. So when I got another one of these, it's very special when you get them. Tenko's flour is fucking amazing. So they just don't need to make rosin. In fact, they probably make less money on the rosin and the rare water hash or piatella they do. And so for me to have some, again, I gotta do all the glazing, bro, because anytime they give me a jar like this, I'm so fucking honored to be able to come on here and show it. Really? Show my jar. Oh, Mike, I gotta bring another one of yours in. I have it in my freezer. Blasted through that other one. What was it? Grape something. All right, this already smells crazy. I don't know what this is. 2 grams, live rosin. Sample. Keep it 10, sample. What's it at though? What is it? This is honey banana crossed with Taliman. As soon as I opened it up, I'm like, this does not smell like the gas I was expecting. This is honey banana and Taliman. It smells like honey banana and Taliman. It looks, that little hair right there, bro, honestly, I'm going to believe that's me. Straight up, chat. If you look at my shirt right now under my beard, I got cut today. Do you see him?
I was like, that's for sure yours.
It's for sure mine, chat. I should have fucking put it on there. I fucked up the hash cam shot, but trust, got my beard cut today. That is mine. That is 100% mine. It even looks like mine. Yo, we should get me a beard net. Yo, for when I'm popping jars, we should. I feel bad. I really fucked up that first shot. There's no gate. There's no hair gate. Listen, I've opened up some fucking hairy, crazy jars on stream. Let's go on Pine. That fucking other one destroyed me, bro. Fucking killed me. 1,000, I better get free hair samples. Shit, bro. If you got that jar with my hair in it, you can maybe clone me. Hmm? Honeydew, is that the name of the strain? Let me see. Is that what it's called? Sample batch. See, this is not even for public release. This is just some shit for the homies. Yeah, honey banana Taliman. It doesn't have a name except for honey banana Taliman. You know, Taliman isn't my favorite strain. I know it's got a lot of love right now. It's just not. It's not my favorite. Honey banana, another one that it's had its moment. It's had its moment. I'm kind of surprised to see these strains from them in general, because I think this is just something that you'd see more widely available. But let's see. No, man. I saw somebody. There was somebody clone their dog, and it was talked about. I forgot who it was, but I did have the thought, like, man, should I try to clone my dog? It's like, no. The answer is no. Cloning me just to tell me I didn't inhale all day. Whoo! Damn. It wasn't the Canyon. These are both hitters, bro. $220, chat. $220 for a new Peak. It blows my mind. The experience that is delivered from the new Peak for $220 fucking dollars. It's insane. I know you can get a bootleg of one of these for like 180 or 160 or something like that. Just never worth it. Never worth it. The Peak is just such a beast. Such a beast. God damn. It's only my second tap. Oh, well, then I would get to clone 2 dogs. Now, I feel like if I clone my dog, that's just one less dog that I rescue. No, the price of that jar was not $1,000. That jar was free. That jar isn't available for sale. It says not for resale all over. It's just it's a homie jar. It was really good though. Really good. Kind of unique. I feel like it tasted great. But it didn't taste like the parts of Taliban I don't like. And it didn't taste like the overdone parts of Honey Banana that I'm sick of trying. That was really good. I'm going to finish that jar. That was really good. Diving on some BHO. Yeah, BHO. BHO has a ton of flavor. I haven't smoked some in a really, really long time. I gotta stop this coffee, man. It's almost 5 o'clock. I'm sipping fucking coffee, drying myself out. It's my third cup of coffee today. Chat, speaking on Mendoza. Speaking about Mendoza. I got a jar here. I got a jar, chat. I got some. Check this out. This is from Wuxos Winery. Looking stunning. Stunning. And this is Mendoza, man. I mean, it's just, you already know it's going to be amazing. I'm not going to hit this yet, but I will in a minute. This is tractor fuel. Damn. Wow, that really fucked me up. That really fucked me up. Haven't heard of umami. Whew. Man. Steve the Rican, yep. You heard about rosin in 2015. It's all the rage nowadays, man. It's all people talk about. Is a new design Peak Pro coming out soon, or should I cop now? I would cop now. I'll definitely get the Daybreak for sure. They're sold out on our website, but I think there's still some stores that have them. Maybe like, I think you still got a chance to come up on one. But yeah, we have. Yes, that's all I'm gonna tell you. Yeah, you're good. You're not gonna be mad at me in like a month or 2 or 3 months or 4 months for sure. Ever been to Porto's? Yeah, I've been to Porto's, man. Porto's is great. If you're going to Porto's, you gotta try their guava cheese pastry. It's so fucking good. Again, I'm vegan now, so like I get Porto's as gifts when I go over people's houses because I've never seen a box of Porto's not get cleared out. But Porto's is fucking great, man. It's an LA institution. It's an LA institution. What am I drinking? I am drinking, before I was drinking nice coffee, now I'm drinking an iced tea. What made me go vegan? I have heart disease. So I have a family history of heart disease. My dad had his first heart attack at 40. I found that I have some soft plaque in one of my arteries, specifically the kind that can lead to a widowmaker heart attack. Very scary. Cafe gratitude is sick. I'll focus on that in a second. And so I was really scared. I went to like get a test, and they have this test at UCLA. You got to spend rackies on this. It's crazy that you have to spend money out of pocket to find this stuff out. But I went and spent like a few thousand on getting this like scan of my heart done, or these 3 different scans. They got a complete picture. They're like, you have the heart health of a fucking 80-year-old. I'm 42, y'all. That was very scary. And so this was at the end of 2023. I kind of went into like a pretty fast depression. I decided to change and get a new doctor. My old doctor actually, I think, stopped practicing because he was too old. And so I got a new doctor, and I'm seeing her. She's fucking amazing. I think I have one of the top doctors in the country. Whether or not that's true doesn't matter. That's how I feel. And as I'm talking to her, I'm like, what do I do? And she's like, well, your lung, like, not that I have, I years ago had scarring from Juuls. I had to quit Juul before because like my lung doctor's a Puffco user. He's the one who put me on to this, where I was like, are you sure it's not dabbing? And he was like, nah, bro, I see this with all my patients, and the only thing that all of them have in common is Juuls. So my new doctor's like, yo, your lung disease, you're going to be all right. Your lungs heal. As long as you don't let your lungs get too bad, your lungs will heal. Again, nothing to do with what we do. This is strictly from e-liquid that I was just, my God, it's going through 4 Juul pods a day. But she was like, for your heart disease, there's no reversing heart disease. It's just like heart disease is heart disease. You just got to not make it worse. And I was like, sure, there's nothing I can do. And she's like, well, we'll put you on some cholesterol meds. That should at least be some preventative care. But she was like, there's nothing else except for going vegan. Like, going plant-based does show to help reverse heart disease. And she didn't think I would take it seriously. She's like, you know, you're not going to do that. And so I'd already not been eating beef. I already had not been eating beef and pork for a while. I ate a bunch of mushrooms and passed the cow far one time and started crying as I realized how close in spirit we are to cows. So I stopped doing that, and then I heard the pigs are even smarter than cows, so I stopped doing that. So I was already warmed up. My lady is vegan, my brothers are vegan. So like I was not starting from zero. I was already borderline pescatarian at that point. Borderline. And I read this book that I recommend you all read. And if you don't read it, I recommend you read the intro at the very least. And that is, the name of the book is How to Not Die. The doctor who wrote it is a leading nutritionist in the country. Is Dr. Greger. The whole book is making a case for you to have a plant-based diet. The first intro talks about him being a teenager, seeing his grandma. This is all pretty long-winded, but fuck it. I got time. What are you guys here for? You know? He talks about this story with his grandma. I'll try to save you from reading this intro, where his grandma had heart disease. And again, he's a teenager. She had had multiple heart bypass surgeries. And the surgeons at a certain point were like, this is the last surgery. If she goes through this again, we got to let her pass. Like, the heart can't take any more scarring. It's done. So they found an experimental program. They put her into this experimental program. She had to be wheeled into this program because she couldn't walk more than a few steps without running out of breath. Again, this is so much worse than I would have known. I wouldn't have known I have heart disease if I didn't pursue that information. And so they put her into this program. 3 to 6 months later, whatever it was, she walks out of the program. She was around 65 years old when she went into the program. She died at 93. What was this program? They put her on a plant-based diet. They had her exercise every day. That was the program. It's pretty crazy when it's like that little. Also, you can't smoke tobacco. Doing my best. Doing my fucking best. But that's the reason. That is the full journey of like me already being warmed up from an ethical level, factory farming is one of the biggest crimes of humanity overall, whether you're a meat eater or not. What they do in these factory farms is disgusting for your health, for the animals, for what we expect of ourselves as humans. It is fucking horrible what we do to other beings. You don't have to contribute to that. You can eat at places that do ethical farming. There are enough ethical farms. Granted, they're still killing the animals, but if it's not factory farming, that's better. But I was already leaning into that. If I don't want no factory farm tortured fucking animals when I eat them, this to me just helped me cross the line. So like, do I miss meat all the time? This year I had Howlin' Ray's chicken sandwich on my birthday. In the summer when I smell a good barbecue in my area. I don't know which ethnicity it is, but man, some of these ethnicities are, they're doing some spices I ain't never heard of, bro. I'll be driving home or walking around and be like, damn, this smells so good, and it's meat. It's somebody cooking up some fucking meat that I just never smelled before. I do miss it. Meat is tasty. Animal products are really tasty. If it wasn't, none of us would be anything but plant-based. But has it helped? Yeah. Within 4 months of me going plant-based, my doctor said that my cholesterol levels were significantly lower than hers. You know, my health has kind of made like a crazy turnaround. I'm feeling good. Again, I still have some improvements to make. Like I really need to rid my life completely of tobacco, and I can't say, and nicotine in general, and Zins, and then I'll feel like I'm gonna live forever. But that's the reason why. Pretty long story. I don't know. Like, I figured you guys would care. So that's why I'm vegan now. That's the motivating force. It's like, I want to live. Like, you know, people are like, I don't care, bro. What's life if I can't have a fucking In-N-Out burger? I don't know, bro. There's things better than an In-N-Out burger out there, dog. You ever just giggled endlessly with your homies? Like, that's better than an In-N-Out burger. What kind of doctor is my general practitioner doctor? And she really won me over because in the beginning she was like, listen, the medicine we practice here in the Western world is more, oh God, I forget it. It's, I forget the term. It's like when you're dealing with symptoms, like the medicine we have here in the States is not preventative. It's there to help people who have disease. We don't help people prevent disease. We help people deal with disease or ease them in dealing with disease. And so she was like, you know, a lot of this is preventative stuff. And in the book I read, the first thing in How to Not Die is kind of calling out our medical system is just like not really serving us. It's not helping us prevent disease. Like I just said, it's helping us deal with all the diseases that are thrown our way because our government doesn't really protect us from it. But it was hard. I appreciate it. I love the animals. I've loved the animals for a long time. So yeah, it's just hard, bro. Like you got to understand, I was the biggest egg guy ever. All my homies knew it, bro. I love eggs. Am I eating my first meal of the day at 10 p.m.? It's eggs. Every fucking day. I loved eggs, man. It's been like the hardest thing for me. If I could be this vegan and just have eggs, it'd be great. But yeah, treatment. There we go. It's about treatment, not prevention. Thank you so much. I'm a little fried for only 2 dabs. You know, when you don't smoke all day, man, you get way fucking higher when you do. Oh, bacon, egg, and cheese. The bacon, though, they're just saying bacon is cancerous now. Like American bacon, which you don't see anywhere else in the world, the type of bacon we have. They're just saying strip bacon is just cancerous. It's so good. Oh, god damn, bro. That's the thing. Is like I already had a predisposition for heart disease, but then I went from being over 300 pounds to 199 pounds. I'm over that now. I'm like fucking over, about 20 pounds over that now. I went all that way on the keto diet. So my lady would be baking me trays of fucking bacon. I'd just be smashing it all day and losing weight. And listen, man, you know, the same thing's going to happen to all the people who switched from cooking with high heat seed oils, even though a lot of them are manufactured poorly. Same thing is going to happen to a lot of those people where they're like, wait, cooking stuff in beef tallow is bad for your heart? Ugh. Damn. Yeah, like that stuff is, you got to be careful what content creators tell you to consume. Hey, I'm one of them, right? So like, watch that. But I'm just saying, like, you know, a lot of people out there A lot of people out there making a lot of claims online. It's not better than seed oil. So seed oils have been around for, as far as I understand, 1,000 years, thousands of years. I do exercise regularly, Dab and Dan. The reason seed oils are good is that they're high heat. So when you're cooking something with seed oils, not all of them, but rapeseed oil, which is canola oil, which has been used historically for a very, very, very long time, is significantly better for your heart health. Why? Because it's converting to saturated fats way less than something like a beef tallow that's going to convert almost completely to saturated fats. So like, no, it's not better, bro. They just want to tell you that. Like, there's a lot of misinformation online. I think there's this dude, Jacob Foods. He's a young man who's been doing a good job at like course correcting people. He went to school for nutrition, and like he's debated some of these, like, it's beef tallow or you're gonna die, these seed oils. And there are people out there that'll be like, they're using them in car parts. Brother, wait till you hear what lemon does to some surfaces. Wait till you hear what vinegar does to some surfaces. You ever put some oil and vinegar on a fucking sandwich? Like, there's a lot of crazy claims, but yeah, anyways, I can't say do your research, but I can at least say that assume that everything is not true until you fact check it yourself. X says, are you a gym guy or do I do hike and hoop or what? This is probably the biggest flex of my privilege, is I do have a trainer come over 4 days a week. Of like all the things that are like, you know, like you guys, I'm not a flexer. You guys never ever seen me really flex anything, including glass, nothing. Like, I got this and you don't. There's just one thing that I'm very privileged to have. It is that I have a trainer come over my crib 4 days a week. In most cases, he's off this week. And he's been training me for mobility. So for like my knees, I need knee replacement surgery and I'm avoiding it by working with him, but also like benching and, you know, all the things. It's movement and strength and resistance based is what I do. Wait till you hear what water does to surfaces, I know, right? I don't eat any of those crazy overly processed things. Like Impossible Beef or any of that. There are so many good choices that you can make. I think those are really good for people that were, is an Impossible Burger worse for you than a McDonald's burger? I don't think so, man. I don't think it's worse for you. But I'm not eating the McDonald's burger and I'm not eating the Impossible Burger either. I live in a Mexican household. Yo, little MacBook. My lady also, she's using vinegar to kill everything and, you know, clean everything in our house so we don't use chemicals. Not really like a granola family, but you'd think we would be. Sir Bacon, I'm in a position of privilege. I'd rather flex things for people that I know about first, but they have access to, than flex things that they maybe wouldn't have access to. So like, if there's like, oh my God, I just tried this jar and wreck. You haven't heard of this. You got to give it a shot. Sick flex. I got there first. Yo, there's a sick song I heard of. You guys might have never heard it. You end up loving it. Sick flex. Put you on. But I have this thing because life has afforded me more luxuries than it's afforded others. Is never something that I ever want to flex. Like, I have been on the other side of that significantly longer than I've been on this side of that. All right. Let's see. My tether cap broke on my Peak. Well, when you get a new chamber, it does come with one. So like you should be able to use, you know, like this whole thing comes off the, I have to take my chamber out and take it off, but like you should be able to use it. It smells, you get used to the smell of vinegar, man, and it really doesn't smell when it dries. Am I a fan of Halo Top E-Nails? I can't say I'm familiar. I think I might have seen a post come across my feed in the past, I don't know, a couple weeks, maybe somebody referencing something, but yo, actually, I didn't get to hit this yet. I shared it. This smells amazing. This is the lemon. No. This is just the GZ. GZ from Tricadelics and Low Key Farms. Oh, sorry, chat. You're not even seeing it, bro. This has been amazing. I threw some of it in a joint over the weekend, And I was blown away. Like, I forgot what weed I put it in with, but I'm like, this weed don't taste like that. This is amazing. I just kept thinking to myself, like, I can't wait to dab it. I just kept forgetting to dab it. So here we are. Admin, you wanna get into some of the questions? I feel like I've yapped my fucking brain off on things that aren't hash agenda. I hope I've helped some people though. Like, yo, if you're, at least for the people that you have a family history of heart disease, do not buy into like the seed or anti-seed oil propaganda. You really have to figure out how to live heart healthy. And there are a lot of books out there on how to eat and exist with heart disease. And in none of those books is beef tallow mentioned as a solution. So I hope that helps someone. At the very least. Come to Cleveland. Maybe Ohio one day. Not know. Not know. Oklahoma made having a dab pen or a crack jar of blood. No way. Like a pre-fill? When you say crack jar of bud, do you mean like an open rec jar? That's crazy. They did make a solution a while ago. I mean, I guess the solution doesn't matter. You can, if you have to drive with something, you can owe it, and it's illegal to have cannabis in that state. I believe that you could, like, put it in a lockbox out of your reach. And I don't know if there's much they could do. We should have, like... Yeah, I should really get a criminal attorney on here. We should get, the West Coast Cure. We should get the Pop Brothers at Law on stream one day. Or at least one of them, just with some questions of like, what do you do in Oklahoma if you're in this position? And yeah, anyways. Maybe we could just stream that one, but that would be cool. God, sorry, chat. I'm like... We're going to make sure there's a mute button next stream. I'm going to start muting. Who knows? How long can rosin stay good for in the fry? I'm guessing you mean free in the fridge. I would say in the fridge, the most you're going to see rosin be as good as when you put it in there is probably 2 weeks maximum. Before you start to notice, like, this shit, it's not as good as when I put it in there. In the freezer, sealed, year and a half. This actually was, I'm pretty sure this is Pelican. This was a gift to me of a hash flight box from Wuxos Winery. I thought it was Pelican, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, ask Wuxos or Girls in Green Alice. Onto this one? It has to be Pelican. I feel like I know. Yeah, this must be. Oh, you know what? Let me look underneath. Nah, there's nothing on there. I could have sworn this was a Pelican, but maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't?
No, it is like a Pelican.
I mean, it has that same style to it, but... It's cool. Listen, I mainly use the Puffco travel case if I'm going out and about. But when I come to work, or especially to stream, I want to have, like, a bunch of different hash to show you guys, so... I need that big one. Pelican 1020 micro. I believe him. I believe him. Oh, these dabs are getting me so high. So fucking high. God damn. God damn. Alright, admin. Maybe we could start on some questions. Man, I think there was some while I was yapping that I wanted to answer. I would catch on the side of my eye. See if there's anything. That's everything. Ask them in Portuguese? What's he saying there? What's the question? Or what's admin saying? Ask them in Portuguese. Oh, he's probably talking about... No. He's talking about Alice and Luxus Winery. Yeah, you have a question from him?
Yeah, it says, what is your preferred temp to take your standard/perfect dab?
Where did he ask that? Was that way further up?
It's a little bit above that one. Where above is the throw you can get the lats on.
Ah, there it is. Yeah. All right. What is your preferred temp to take your standard perfect dab at? I mean, I have consistently gone in at 530, which for some say is really hot. There are people that would never consume above 500. I know Wodi's at what, 575? You turn it down?
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
565.
Okay, yeah, 40's at 560 now. I would say for me, it's somewhere between 510 to 530. I believe that our green setting is at 510, our red setting is at 530. I mainly use it on red, and that's where I get the most perfect dabs. So that's it for me. I will say that temperature is not the only variable that leads to a good experience. Surface area matters as well. So that temperature would be lower. Then if it's 530 on a peak, it would be 510 or lower on a peak pro, right? It has a lot more surface area, it can vaporize way better, so I can go in at lower temps. But if you're gonna ask me to fully generalize it, I would say somewhere between 510 to 530, depending on the system. Is this industry worth getting into in 2025? I don't know, Sir Bacon. It depends on what you want from the industry. Do you want to be around a bunch of people who are interested in the space so you can learn because this is your personal hobby and you're willing to make a little bit less from your hobby than you would from your career? Yeah, I guess you can do it. I think the best thing you can do to exist in the cannabis space and for yourself is develop yourself professionally and then find a way to apply that in the space that gets you the money that you were used to earning. Because if you start in the space, people typically take advantage of that. You see it a lot of dispensaries and how low bud tenders are paid, but it's pretty consistent. If you come in like, I just want to work in cannabis, there's going to be somebody there who will typically give you a job and not pay you very much for it. And I don't think that's good for anyone. I don't think it's good for the industry. I don't think it's good for you. I don't think it's good for the consumer. I think it's only good for the person making money in that situation. And I think the best thing you can do is develop a value for yourself that then you can prove that value and transact on it in the space. What does it mean is you're doing what you love, you're getting paid what you deserve to, and you get to do it in a space you want to be in. But if you just come in of like, I don't care, I just want to do whatever it takes to be in the space, there are so many people that are willing to take advantage of you for that. And then you're going to end up leaving the space miserable, being like, fuck this. So I being in this space is great, but you either have to accept you will live a lower quality of life to be in it, or you have to develop yourself and then move into the space once you're developed. That's my take. Man. Isaiah, chill. What's Isaiah saying? I don't even see it. Oh, wait. I just got a glimpse. Bro keeps dodging our question. When are the gold 3D XL chambers going to be restocked? I don't know if they are. Can we check on that? Support, can you check on that? He's avoiding the question. He's not blind and barely looking at the screen and extremely high. I'm sorry, Isaiah. I'm trying, man. I missed a lot on here. I thought that was just a limited that we did. I heard the story behind the sweaty towel, but we need to restock. We could probably restock it now because there's no more controversy left. That dude couldn't do the same thing again, but maybe we should. You pass it over to Ryan or something of like if he could put another order. Yo, where's the metal hat? He got it. He did. Why did I see day 130? No way. Ah, good for him, bro. That's sick. That exists just because of him, man. That's so sick. There's a dude who's just been 139 days in a row. Like, my God. Oh, bro, day 75. I was like, are we gonna do anything about this? This guy's non-stop. Like, 139 fucking days. Yeah, we might have to block him now for sure. Bro's in there every day. The thing is when you tag us, there's this little section that I don't think everybody has unless you're a content creator, and it shows the things that people have shared your story. Like if you share something from my page, it'll come up in this post, my story or a post or anything. And if you tag me in a story, it'll come up there. So you just get this endless feed of like 50, 60 stories, and you go through them. Sometimes you're just tapping away until you maybe see something that is, you know, unusual. But then the worst is when somebody's like, I know you're watching this. Why won't you answer me? It's like, bro, just come on, man. I can't even fucking scroll now. But is there? The metal hat restock is there. Is it on right now? Like, let's just double check. Drop a link in there. It's here. Jump on it, man. Jump on it. Please. Oh, yeah. At least let's tell maybe what this, like the name of the product to search. Oh no, the content's okay. It's when somebody is like, it is in stock. What's the name of it? Okay, if you just Google Puffco metal hat, it should take you to our online commerce place. Go there and you can get it right now. You can get it. God, I'm gonna take another dab, but like I am cooked, chat. That was 4. Easily feels like 8. Float on Chill asked thoughts on the Flour Mill prototype. Brent gifted me a PuffCon. So when I super appreciate that, Brent from Flour Mill gifted me a massive grinder. Honestly, the week after PuffCon, I was in New York. Ever since I came back, I've been busy. I have used it. I haven't posted it. Feedback that I can give you guys. One, it's amazing to be able to grind that large amount of a flour, but I very quickly realized something that should have been obvious to me. And this is the thing that happens with us in product development all the time. People often come to you and be like, why don't you do something this way? And it's something that we've thought about for a very long time. And there's a lot of reasons why we don't do it that way, but it's never obvious to a user. Quartz. Easiest example. Why don't you just do quartz? And with this one, I quickly understood why people haven't made larger grinders. I have pretty big hands, chat. Like, you know, here it is next to my head. It's a pretty fucking big hand, right? It's hard to use, man. I found myself with my big hands grinding this and being like, this is actually pretty hard to get through. I can't get the grip that I'm used to. And so I think it's awesome. I think a lot of people who roll heavy like myself are going to get it. It does a fantastic job. I think it would be better. They're probably already in production, so if you see them, send them this timestamp. I think it would be better if it had a grippy bottom, so I could just put it on a table and use one hand and the weight of my body to move it. Because when it's that big, creating that force with two hands, it's tough, man. And I have big hands, and like, you know, I'm not Mr. Strongman benching 350, but I'm not weak. So like, I got through it. It was easy to use. It was great. I think it's necessary to have something that big. But if there was any feedback I could give them as a product designer, it would be give it a silicone bottom that makes it grippy to a table, so you can actually, somebody who's smaller, doesn't have as big of a hand as I do, can press down and twist to make it move a little bit better. That's my take. Other than that, I do think it's a good product. I would be buying one regardless. I'd be using one regardless. I do think that it's the best grinder in the market. Yeah. What motivates Puffco and myself on creating the best e-rigs in the market? I mean, the cool thing with what we do is we're mainly trying to impress ourselves. So we have an experience that we're chasing in the space. And for us, it's never focused on others. We're never looking at something someone else did and being like, okay, what's our response to this? That is never a conversation. It is, hey, here is a need that hasn't been met in general, or hasn't met our standards, and then we pursue from there. And that's why, like, you might have seen me excited a couple streams ago. I was like, what's happening in that R&D room? What's happening in that R&D room is not looking at any other company in the space. It's not looking at other e-rigs. It's not looking at, like, just I'm struggling to say what we do, not what we do, but like the things that I'm excited about. But that's at the core of it. We're excited by it. We're not driven by competition. We're driven by our own expectations and our own experience that we're trying to outdo. And I think that's the difference between us and everyone else. Is our North Star is experience, and their North Star is just being bigger than Puffco. So I think that's what does it. But yeah. Zin sized grinder. You're talking about a Zin can size grinder? This is about the perfect shape. It's just got to be a little thicker than this so you could fit. I hate when a grinder's too flat. And again, big hand gang. You can't grind it because your fingers just get into each other. You got to do this, but bro, our weed is sticky, dog. You can't be, you can't do that with our weed. Yeah. How many grams do I usually smoke in a day? It depends on the day, and it depends on how I'm smoking, but let's say in general, on the low side, meaning a flower heavy day, 1 gram. On the high side, meaning that I'm dabbing, and I'm rolling up hash that day, whether it's in a spliff or in a joint, 3 to 4 grams. Again, that's on like a Saturday where I'm fucking chain smoking. I don't think I ever owned a Phoenician, but I've seen them around for a while. Let's see. Did you ask another question, Admin, and I missed it? Nope. I don't want to look back up. Another one, Admin. How's the fire mo you got? What are the chances? Delete it. You're gonna or Deli Dave. Wow, that's funny. Deli Dave, Connecticut. Now, I've seen your name on my IG, and on my IG, because it's all lowercase, I've always seen your name as Delita Vect. And I never noticed that it was Deli Dave CT. That's crazy. You just notice the names that like your posts and stuff. And I noticed that name, but I never realized it was Deli Dave. Yo, Dave, it's literally that's the question I answered right before you asked. So you're gonna have to run the replay. That's so good. Man, that's so crazy. What are the chances? Word. Okay, John Smith. John Smithy, 23/7. John Smithy, I gotta hand it to you. This is I believe you, but it just there's a vibe to. My name is John Smith, and I just got this very specific product name here. And I'm also very happy with this company and everything else. But also I plan on buying it. It's reading a little bit like an ad. But thank you for your consideration, John Smith. I appreciate it. The gold chambers are originally supposed to be limited, but who knows? As you've seen with the metal hats, the difference with the metal hat is we just call somebody and we're like, print this fucking hat and let's get it done. It's not that with the chambers, but who knows? Bro, it's just very specific. Where do I see myself in 10 years, I believe, was the question. Because I saw that come in, man. And I it really made me wonder how to answer that. In 10 years, so 10 years from now, I will have founded and ran Puffco for, in 10 years. 23 years of my life. 23 years of my life. There might be a person in here who's not 23 years old, or who is 23 years old. I love what I do, but I think there's a couple things. I think one, we're not near completing our mission, but I think what we came out here to do, we will complete within 10 years. What's completing the mission? It will be pushing hash and cannabis access as far as we can go. Any place that is resisting but possible to fully easy, we'll have pushed hash there. We'll also have made for the best devices that could possibly be made. And after 10 years, I would imagine it'll start getting to an iPhone type of world where like you're seeing new ones and they're great and they're always newer and a little bit better, but you don't need them like you did with our updates that are happening today, where everyone that comes out is so meaningful you need it. That's going to be the next many years for sure. But after 10 years, I think that we'll be close. And also, chat, I've dedicated my life to this. I've been doing this since I was 30 years old. 30 years old is how old I was when Puffco started. I was 29 actually when we incorporated this, but let's call it 30. I hope to have more time in 10 years. And I'm not saying I'll be done. I don't think I'll ever be done with this space. I think that like in some way I'll always be around, but in 10 years, I hope that we have come reasonably close to accomplishing our mission, and I hope that we are all reaping the rewards from it. But that's like I want more to life, but chat, I don't really have a personal life. This is all I do. Like this is I'm 42 years old, Kai. So like I'm not saying I'm done. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm out or I'm tired. But I think if I'm still doing this in 10 years and I haven't accomplished everything that we set out to do, that's also a different conversation to have of why do I keep doing this? So yeah, I don't know. In 10 years, I expect that most of the things that we set out to do, we will have done. And I still think it'll be a great company. We'll be making incredible things and we'll be providing a ton of value. But I don't know how much more this needs me after that. Not that I'm retiring or anything. I'll never retire. I'll be doing something until I'm dead, man. No kids. No kids. It's not for me, man. I want to get to a point where I'm enjoying life. And that doesn't mean doing nothing for me. I don't think enjoying life is doing nothing. I think it's being able to be deeply present. And I think that's hard for me to do. So, anyways, yeah, a little bit of a weird one. Like, I don't know. I don't think about like, where will the business be and all this success? So we'll be doing this and this will all be. We are doing so many fucking cool things. The tech Puffco is working on for a couple years from now is insane. The things that we envision for 5 to 6 years from now is insane. It's about nothing to do with that. It's about, when does, not that I'm Jay-Z or Jordan or anything like that, but like at one point, have they done everything they needed to do? And the things they need to do in the future are going to be a little bit different. And I wonder if that moment will come for me within 10 years. Anyways, I'm always afraid it's going to tweak someone out and be like, is Jolly retiring? Is he quitting? None of that. I just don't want to think of myself as 52 years old at a fucking Hall of Flowers, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to be 52 at a Hall of Flowers, G. You know what I mean? I'm trying to just be posted on the block in New York City, fucking smoking outside, chopping it up, screaming about the 13th Amendment type shit. That's what I'm trying to do when I'm 52, man. That's it. If you ask me where I see myself, it is exactly that. Spliffed up outside New York City, ranting about some injustice with a bunch of homies who agree. That's the dream. Become a Twitch streamer. There's so many good games right now, chat. It's kind of fucking me up. I just got into Risk of Rain 2. I don't know if you're familiar with that. That's a really good one. And I am not going to play this game because I cannot play an online multiplayer without being fully stressed out. They're just not for me. But I love what I'm seeing with Arc Raiders. And I feel like if you're not familiar, Arc Raiders is probably going to win Game of the Year. It is the most talked about game right now. And the concept is actually really beautiful because one of the things I hate about all these online games is you're just playing a bunch of random people and you're killing each other and you have your teammates and it is a bit us versus them-y, but like ultimately it's every person for themselves, like sort of in the end. And Arc Raiders is you randomly running, even though you can make friends and have them, randomly running to beat a shared enemy. Everyone, right? Is that how it is? This is based on I haven't. It is shifting.
My faith in humanity is waning currently.
It is because I would assume that the CIA is seeing this and being like, you cannot show people that all of them together can beat the biggest challenges put in front of them. And that to me is what makes this game so special is you're all playing these crazy monsters in the game that you're trying to beat. And it's everyone coming together. Now you can kill other randos and steal their shit. And that happens sometimes, right? When you're fighting big oppressive machines, there are going to be people that share a perspective with you, but still fuck you over at the end. That's kind of okay. Okay with, that's fine. It's an element of the game, but it's really fucking cool. Again, I'm not going to play it. What don't you like about it? Are they shifting to fighting each other?
I love it. I'm 80 hours deep.
80 hours,
Yeah,
damn.
already.
Okay.
There are a lot of really good and you meet some incredible people and you have these like crazy role-playing experiences and everybody's on the same page. We're all helping each other out. And then as people get geared up, increasingly there are like
The more resources you acquire, the more impressive you become, maybe?
like, yo, I really need this gear. Somebody just ganked me in the last match for my target.
It's on some zombie
And
apocalypse
then
shit.
there are the other homies who are just there for the carnage. They just want to like stand over your body and like voice chat to you while you're going down. Like, gotcha.
The way I got put onto it is somebody was like, no, please. And the guy felt super bad. He's like, I'm sorry, bro. Somebody just took my shit. I need to take it. He's like, please, man, please. I'm hours into this. It was like a begging for, the whole thing was sick, which then I was like, what the fuck is Arc Raiders?
Are unlike any people ever experienced in another game. Like, I had a guy who ganked me. He was camping, took me down. As he's standing over my body, he goes, sorry, man, I gotta do this. Dude drops down from the rafters, takes him out and said, I got you, homie. Dragged me into the evac point, and he was like, be safe. I hope you get out of here.
Whoa, it's gotta be sick, chat. Arc Raiders is, I want to watch people play more than I want to play because it's too much, but maybe we should get sorry guys, they can't hear you. We should have gotten you a mic. We should get my home stream set up.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that maybe the next few weeks. The game that so I'm playing Risk of Rain 2 right now. I could not play it for the life of me on regular mode. I had to put on easy mode, and I just played through itself. I haven't beat it yet, but I know once I beat it on easy mode, I'm done. It's way too rich of a game for me. The next one that I want to play that I would like to stream, I want you to see if you can guess what it is. I think it's being said to be the also contender for best game of the year. Just came out. Expedition 33. I knew this motherfucker would know it. Expedition 33, here Agent Orange already mentioned it. This game is sick. I want to play for the story. I don't like turn-based games. But this story is that every year there's a distant light or something, and every year it's showing a number. The number goes down. And every year that the number goes down, everyone that age dies. And so now they're at 33. So they're sending a bunch of 33-year-olds to figure out what's happening, and you're trying to save. It seems sick. It's story-based. That's more my steez. I can just walk through this and repeat it and not trip out. So like maybe I'll do that one streaming live. I can't. Arc Raider seems way too intense.
You're ready to cry. It'll make you cry.
Okay, sick. Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, I feel like gamers cry easy. Gamers are a bunch of soft, bro. To make a gamer cry is not hard. It's just really not. But the story looks amazing, and it has movie potential. So I'd like to play it before it becomes the next, whatever. Yeah. So let's see. Maybe I could stream that from the house. It would be cool. It makes me feel like then me sitting there all day just playing video games is justified because I've just lost days to weekend too. So Destiny style, don't ever, dog. Don't do me like that. Isn't Hassan? I think Hassan was playing Risk of Rain also. Somebody.
That's a big one for
It was a few years ago. Yeah, I randomly saw it. There's also that RV game that Kevin wants to play. So like we can run that, and that could be fun because maybe Kevin could dial in for that. I am not doing any house tour, man. Period. I like never ever. I get like insecure about like just yeah. I really appreciate my private life. What's left of it. Is this ready? Liam Baker, you just opened up admin to being so mad at me. I actually don't have any art in the crib. I have like some art in the crib, but I'm lacking. I have a lot of beautiful art gifted to me, just that I've come across in my life, and none of it has been put up. Like, I've really been lacking. Admin is seeing that and being like, you see, motherfucker, people got expectations. Granted, nobody's ever going to see my crib. Oh, God. Hi. Don't even get me started. Admin has been trying for so long. So long. I really want to get a Bronson piece in my crib. When we were doing that shoot and we were in a studio, Bronson makes really cool art. I really want to have some at the crib, but man, nothing's easy. Not on his end, on my end of like, gotta coordinate this. What pro teams did I rep growing up? How old do you think I am? The pro game. I'm guessing he's talking about pro gaming teams. Oh, pro team. Okay, I'm like, how old do you think I am, bro? I didn't have fucking gaming teams when I was growing up. I'm 42. None. I've never been into sports. Yeah, I've never been into sports. Like, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed, like, I don't know, playing volleyball with the homies when we get drunk and shit when I was, like, you know, in my early 20s. But, or, like, a good kickball game is always fun, right? And dodgeball can be fun with the homies, unless you got somebody who's a savage knocking you in your face and shit. I've never been into professional sports. I really don't like spectator events. For some reason, there's always been something that turned me off about a bunch of people. The imagery of somebody who was not into sports when I was younger would be you go to a stadium and then you have a bunch of completely incapable people athletically. And they're sitting there screaming, you know, at points, horrible shit, racist shit, crazy things at these athletes who are very capable, are paid professionally, and they're just screaming. I've never liked it. The whole thing to me was always like, this is weird. You got a bunch of can't do's screaming at what could do's should be doing. The whole thing broke my brain. So like, if anything, I've worn a Yankee hat in my life as just like repping the Yankees. The Knicks I loved when I was younger. But I grew up in the era that Jordan was slaying the Knicks, and so for me it was like, I don't watch basketball. My team is just losing. Who's gonna enjoy this? So I just never really been into professional sports. I don't knock them. They seem a little bit too governmental to me. Like they don't seem like fun, you know, naturally competitive fun things. It feels like challenge through the lens of government. I don't know, hard to explain, but it's just not for me. The gambling shit is crazy, bro. What's happening right now with online gambling and what they're allowing should absolutely be illegal. It's fucking crazy, bro. They got Aiden Ross and like, I'm not gonna mention other names, man, because I might end up on their stream, but it is crazy the amount of people that are like prize picks, and I hear of teenagers getting into like these things. It's nuts that we've normalized that. We really got a hack generation. Like I feel like if you're in your 20s right now, if you're in your early 20s, late teens, you're going to be looking back 20 years from now like, what the fuck were they doing to us, bro? They really had us fucking psyoped and thinking that things that were bad for us were really okay. It's pretty nuts. Do I know how to ball, though? No, bro. I'm not. No. Why would I? I'm not that dude. Didn't you just hear about my knees earlier in the stream? Maybe not. Maybe you weren't here. No, I don't. I'm trying to think if there are like any sports that like naturally good. I mean, I like play basketball with my friends when I was younger, but like I wasn't good. Anyways, this is that Wook Sauce Winery again. It's not even that it like the potential fakeness or gambling aspect of it, which comes and goes throughout the years. It just, I don't know, man. It just it's missing something for me. Skateboarding was cool, but like that's not, you know, that's different. That's just people doing cool shit. I feel like skateboarding was not that like spectator sport. They wouldn't hit the trick. They'd be, you fucking idiot! How could you miss that? They'd be encouraging the person to do better. That's fire. I mean, skating has always been super cool. I'll probably watch the World Cup. I mean, it's here in the U.S. Honestly, I probably won't watch the World Cup unless I have homies that are into it. I think it's cool. Like, you know, it's just not, it's not what titillates me. My favorite jars of 2025 so far. You know, that's a good thing, admin. Let's talk about that offline. I got to really think about that and just go back and like maybe talk to the team, because my favorite jar is the most recent one that... Is this ready? I think so. No. Damn, it's on red. Dutchies, yeah, my life is boring, dog. I work all the time. I don't say that from a prideful point, but that's where that like that's where that 10-year question fucked with my head, where it's like, bro, how much am I gonna do this? But my life is not the most interesting life ever, you know? Like, yeah, bro, I work most days. That's about it, bro. The most interesting part of my life is probably this, just streaming it. Some people care about what I have to say. I forgot I was talking about just before this, though. You don't have to say you're bad. I think it's okay, though. I mean, listen, maybe I'm kidding. I think I have a very, very, very interesting and exciting life. And so, like, to me, the most exciting thing is to have the option of being bored. It's to have the option of doing nothing. But just compared to, like, a 24-year-old who's just going out every day, it's pretty fucking boring, man. And I love it. I love my life. Spend time with my fiance, my dogs, my friends. All right. I got a little more time. I'm trying to keep it at 2 hours for y'all. By the way, the stream is going to be from 3 p.m. moving forward. Today I just didn't have that on the books, but no, it's okay. I just think what dude meant by it was like, you know, you'd assume somebody like me would have a life of much more excitement. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm going to these games, box seats, me and the... Nah, bro. Nah, I'm just trying to get my friends to come over and fucking do some shit with me. It's not doom scroll together. I do not have any kids. No, me and my lady are not interested in that. Yeah, 5 exactly. 5 kids. I mean, would not have time. Yeah, at that point, I'd be cooked if I had kids. If I was doing all this and had kids, I feel like it'd just be tough to find the joy in life. Let me try this straight up. Do I smoke first thing in the morning? You know, most days I am smoking right after I'm done with the gym, except days that I come into the office. And those days are always better. It was just a couple of years ago that I would only dab or only start smoking after 5 p.m. It became a controversial thing. And I don't do that anymore. And I feel I suffer for it. Like I feel way better off when I wait. But most days, yes. Today was not one of them. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to wait, take a bit. Finish the gym and take a dab. Train's not here. Anyways, I am high and ADDing out. This is the Pine Pia crossed with RS11. This kind of smells crazy. It looks crazy. Again, this is a trikey jar. Traveling for hash connoisseurs, destinations, seed banks, anything fun. Man, that's another good one that's a little tough for me to answer today. I feel like so. I think the best right now, there is one place in the world where you can go to and you can walk into a dispensary or find non-dispensary access to anything you want, flour, hash, whatever, that if you know where to look, you can get really high quality things. It is a place that has world star food, world star experiences, world class. I'm high, chat. One of the, I know world star, bro. I'm high today. One of these jars really fucking just dumbed me out. It has world class food. It has world class experiences. It's a place where you could do many things that are not cannabis, but it has one thing that almost no other place has. Anywhere you go in this place, you can consume cannabis. Anywhere that you can consume cigarettes. Anywhere. So that just means no parks and not inside. And that place is New York City. I feel like New York City, for any, not just hash connoisseur, but any cannabis consumer, is the best place to visit in the world based on one thing. You don't want to go to a place for cannabis and just be stuck underground somewhere, not able to consume, not able to enjoy the place. You could do that at your home. What's the point of that? If it's just that, go to Colorado. You can get some amazingly high quality, low cost hash in Colorado. Go to California. You can get higher priced, good quality stuff and consume it inside and see other things. But do you want to exist as a cannabis user in public, safe, waiting in line to get your Scars pizza while smoking a joint? That's New York City. There's no other place that can do that. And there is fire in New York. There is fire in New York. Barcelona's cool. Barcelona's laws are going backwards. Enforcement is going up. The cannabis clubs only allow you to consume it inside. When you walk outside of the clubs, you might get your shit ran by the cops. That happened, I believe, the last Spanibus we were at, where people were getting arrested outside of there. That is, if you can lose your stash, that's a horrible place for a hash connoisseur. It's the worst fucking place to be. You are very safe walking around New York City with your product and consuming it. You could post up anywhere. You're not going to have any issues. Uh-oh. What do we got? Is it an earthquake? This is a test. There's no emergency. Okay. All right. A lot of tests going on. Having lots of random blackouts here in LA. You see that video where somebody was like, in the blackouts over the weekend, somebody was hearing on speaker, "This is a test. Don't worry, this is a test." And it just kept repeating. They're like, why is there a blackout? Motherfuckers are announcing over like some speaker. There's a test. Oh, what a weird time to be alive. Yeah, New York. New York's got it right now. False flag incoming. Jinx, guaranteed, bro. This is just a test, y'all. The power outages and their emergency notifications are just a test. Don't worry. Don't worry. Everything will be okay. You will return to being cattle, I mean free, soon. Don't worry. Don't worry. Could you sell the PuffCon name rights to a company like Six Flags? I mean, for the right price, you say to the right company, I don't give a fuck what company it is. If it's not ours, it's not ours anymore, right? I don't love these terms. Amazing hash. I don't love RS11. I don't love papaya as much anymore. I really don't like RS11. There's something about it where like I got grossed out by it one time, and after that I'm like, I don't want to taste this anymore. But if you like RS11, that's probably one of the best ones I've tried. Really amazing. Like I can't hate on that hash at all. That is like A+ top shelf quality terps. Again, you gotta love RS11 to like that because it is strong on the RS11. And Pine Pie in there, which is a strain I've liked, even though I don't love papaya. But that is so RS11, and if you don't love it, it ain't for me. My lady likes that one. Do they see this in to talk about the Farm Bill loophole? No, I'll be more prepared next week to talk about the Farm Bill. Make sure to give it a solid 10-15 minutes next week. Tangy's another one of those. There's almost something that Tangy has that RS11 has that I don't like, and it's this meatiness to it. Ugh. RS11 has that. I tried mango sticky rice rosin. I haven't heard anybody use that name. I love mango sticky rice though, but besides Puffco, what do you hope to have time in your life to do? That's a great question. I would like more time to go hiking, to just spend time with friends. I think like, I don't know. It's nice to be able to choose what to think. And I am at the intersection, I guess, of a lot of people. And so for me, most of my day is just spent hearing updates from other people or hearing things that I need to go and take to someone else, and a lot of moving the ball. And I typically on my worst days, I'll have 8 thoughts at once, and I'm just sitting there trying to get through my phone and get out as many messages and through as many tasks as I can. And to me, like the best luxury is just getting to choose what to do, is being able to call Kevin and bullshit with him, or decide that I want to try a new restaurant with my lady like I did last week. I've been carving out more time for myself in my life. But just simple stuff like that. Just like getting to go out to eat with my lady is like, we don't even get to do that. And last week, just because I had the time, and we had this long weekend with Veterans Day and I took Friday off, I was able to just be like, hey, let's go try something. It's weird, but simple things like that, I really miss. And instead, when I have free time, I choose to do nothing, because it is the opposite of trying to do everything. So that's what I hope to do. That and hiking and, other real basic person shit. What do you think is the most important step in making good hash? Love in your heart. Love in your heart. I know that it's like kind of corny. When you don't have love in your heart, you'll do things like place 41st in a competition that you previously won. When you only have hate in your heart, that's something that can happen. Sorry guys, my shit's. You could think about what I mean by that while I sit here and get the rest of the close the promise I'll have a mute button next week. But if you want to great make hash, God, chat, I'm cooked today, man. You'd think there was some GMO somewhere in there. If you want to make great hash, you should have a lot of love in your heart. The rest of it will figure itself out. If you love the plant, if you love the people consuming it, if you love the process, if you love all of that, you will find yourself to making good stuff. Like that's how Big Mike found his way. Big Mike went from not being a hash maker to making great hash. And his literal tagline is Big Mike loves you. And Big Mike loves the entire process. Yeah, sick. Roger needs a foot pedal. That would be sick to have it as a foot pedal. I actually really fuck with that. I'm not gonna blow my nose again, but just my sinuses get so filled up when I'm dabbing. All right, chat. I think that's it, man. We made it through almost officially 2 hours. Maybe I'll do one more question if I see one that's worth it. I'm trying to really get it to the 2+ hours, and I need 3 minutes. 7, I know. I haven't tried pioca, like tapioca. I haven't tried that. No, I can't do the 10 ski. I can't do the 10 ski. Unc, if you were a square, what kind of job would you have? If I was a square, what kind of job would I have? I have such a perfect job for me because with the type of personality I have, like, it doesn't freak me out to wake up every day and run a sprint for 8 hours and have a bunch of different conversations and juggle a bunch of different things because I have ADD. So, like, it works for me to constantly switch the subject and bounce from thing to thing. I wonder, like, what gives you that's not being a CEO. I'm not even sure. And, like, the only thing I could really think of is, like, sales is something where, like, you know, which I don't know I don't know how the sales market is in there, but how the sales market is outside, but I don't know. Good question. When you say square, I just assume, like, not me, like if I was not a content creator or something else. But who knows? A lot of cool shit out there. I feel like there's a world of opportunity too. Or honestly, I'd probably be doing a bunch of shit with AI. Before Puffco in 2010, when I was trying to find the next thing that I was going to get into, was what we're calling big data at the time. And data scientists were born out of that. And, like, they were seeing that data scientists were going to be the biggest and best paid jobs in the future. And they were right about 5-6 years later. And now that entire industry is being destroyed because AI is taking over. They're promising the same things to AI developers. I'd probably be somewhere in there of seeing if, you know, if there was something I can do. Any plans on going on the YOLO podcast? Honestly, it's just a matter of lining things up. I believe that, like, YOLO is such a great, I don't want to say entertainer. Like, creator is the wrong word. He's such a great entertainer, and I see the clips he does, and honestly, like, I don't know if I can deliver on his podcast. Like, I know I can, but I really want to make sure I come on there and keep it interesting for his people because he keeps his audience so deeply engaged. And it's such a truer podcast format of not losing your attention. And I'm out here saying fucking the dumbest shit. What was he saying before I combined 2 words? I can't even remember. But, like, I really want to make it a good one. So I think it's only a matter of time. Like, we just got to line it up. But I'm trying to put a little more pressure on, it's like, my team, but for us to figure out how can we make that a really good episode? Because that for me is, not to say kind of the big time, but it's the last place I would want to flop. So hopefully you'll see that. All right, chat. That's it. That's officially 2 hours. Thank you so much. See you next Tuesday. Yeah, I'll have the mute button ready. Thanks, chat. Peace.
What is your definition of happiness?
A clear horizon. Nothing to worry about. Only things that are creative.
Let me break it down for those who don't know but should. Me and Stone in your kitchen like a breakfast nook.